The average American household spent $78,233 on consumer expenses in 2024, up 5.1% from the year before, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Wages, meanwhile, only climbed 3.8% over that same stretch. Do the math. Spending is outrunning earning. The gap between what things cost and what people can actually afford keeps widening every year. But here's what makes it worse. A big chunk of that spending goes toward things that used to make financial sense, but simply don't anymore. Purchases that were once perfectly reasonable have quietly turned into traps engineered to pull maximum dollars out of you for minimum value in return. Inflation alone doesn't explain this. Corporate pricing strategies have evolved. Subscription models have multiplied. Convenience fees keep stacking on top of other convenience fees. The economy you grew up understanding doesn't run on the same rules anymore. Some purchases that felt totally normal 5 years ago now border on financial self-sabotage. The math has shifted so much that sticking to old spending habits actively works against your own wealth. This video covers 12 things that are no longer worth your money in 2026. Some will feel obvious. Others might genuinely surprise you. All of them are quietly draining bank accounts while delivering less value than they used to. Understanding exactly where your money goes is the first step to keeping more of it. 1. Food delivery apps. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. These platforms have completely reshaped how people eat, and they've just as completely reshaped how much people pay for that convenience. The economics are brutal once you actually look at them. Delivery platforms charge restaurants commission fees running 15 to 30% on every order. Restaurants don't eat that cost. They pass it straight to customers through inflated menu prices. Studies have found that prices on delivery apps run roughly 25% higher than the same items bought in person, and that's before any extra fees kick in. Delivery fee, service fee, small order fee, if you don't hit a minimum, driver tip, sometimes a busy area surcharge during peak hours. A meal that costs $12 at the restaurant can easily hit $22 through the app, an 83% markup just for someone else to grab your food. According to Gordon Haskett Research Advisors, delivery app prices have climbed another 8 to 12% since 2023 alone. The gap between app prices and in-store prices keeps growing. The convenience argument made sense when delivery was occasional. Once it becomes habitual, the math turns brutal. Someone ordering delivery twice a week at a $15 premium per order spends an extra $1,560 a year on the privilege of skipping a 10-minute drive. Invest that money at 8% annual returns for 20 years, and it becomes roughly $7,800 in value lost every single year this habit continues. The delivery apps know exactly what they're doing. The interfaces are built to minimize friction and maximize ordering. Subscriptions like DashPass create an illusion of savings while locking you into consistent usage. In 2026, the math simply doesn't work for regular use anymore. The occasional emergency order is fine. The weekly habit is a wealth transfer from your bank account to corporate shareholders. 2. New cars. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses roughly 20% of its value. On a $48,000 vehicle, close to the average new car price in 2026, that's $9,600 gone by the time you hit the first stoplight. By the end of year one, depreciation typically hits 25 to 30%, leaving your $48,000 car worth $33,000 to $36,000. That's more than a year's rent for a lot of Americans gone. It gets worse if you finance most of the purchase. Negative equity, owing more than the car is worth, kicks in almost immediately for many buyers, trapping them in the loan since they can't sell without bringing extra cash to cover the gap. 5-year-old cars sit in a sweet spot most new car buyers ignore. They've already absorbed the steepest depreciation. They typically don't need major repairs yet. Modern cars easily run 150,000 to 200,000 miles with basic maintenance. Buy a reliable 5-year-old car, drive it 3 or 4 years, sell it before major repairs are likely. And the depreciation during your ownership is minimal compared to what new car buyers eat. You can often sell it for close to what you paid, creating a recycling effect where one pool of money keeps moving from vehicle to vehicle instead of vanishing into depreciation losses. The average monthly payment on a new car loan reached $738 in late 2025, according to Edmunds, $8,856 a year before insurance, gas, and maintenance. Someone buying used with cash eliminates that payment entirely and redirects nearly $9,000 a year into actual wealth building. Research on millionaire behavior backs this up consistently. The typical millionaire drives a Toyota, Honda, or Ford, and the median price they pay for a car is $31,367. They treat transportation as a utility, not a status symbol. New cars in 2026 are financial sinkholes dressed up as lifestyle upgrades. 3 sit-down restaurants. Restaurant prices have climbed 35% since 2019, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. A hamburger at a casual sit-down spot now runs $16 to $22 in most markets. Add a drink and an appetizer, and you're pushing $40 for one person before tip. 2 people going out for a decent dinner with drinks can easily spend $100 to $140, a meal that would have cost $50 to $60 just 5 years ago. The value proposition has flipped. Prices have doubled while portions shrank. The experience hasn't gotten better. If anything, service has gotten worse as restaurants deal with staffing shortages and rising costs. Drinks carry the worst markup in the entire model. A $14 martini uses about $2 worth of ingredients. A $4 soda costs the restaurant roughly 15 cents. Coffee gets marked up 2,000%. These add-ons exist specifically because margins on food itself have compressed, restaurants survive on beverage profit. The time cost compounds the problem too. A sit-down dinner eats up 90 minutes to 2 hours. You could make a better meal at home in 30 minutes for a quarter of the price. This isn't an argument for never eating out. Celebration meals still make sense, and the occasional experience has value beyond the food itself. But the weekly restaurant habit many households keep up has become economically irrational. A family spending $200 a week on dining out, not unusual in expensive markets, spends $10,400 a year. That same family could eat extraordinarily well at home for $600 a month, saving over $3,000 a year, probably eating healthier in the process. Restaurants know foot traffic has dropped, and their response has been raising prices further on the customers who remain. The death spiral keeps going. 4. Streaming service bundles. The streaming revolution was supposed to save people money, cut cable, pay $8 a month for Netflix, get unlimited content. That value proposition died years ago. Netflix's standard plan with ads now runs $15.49 a month. Disney Plus is $13.99. Hulu is $17.99. HBO Max is $15.99. Amazon Prime Video is $8.99. Apple TV Plus is $9.99. Peacock is $7.99. Paramount Plus is $11.99. Subscribe to all the major services, and you're paying over $100 a month, $1,200 a year, more than a lot of people used to pay for cable. The platforms deliberately fragment their content to force multiple subscriptions. The show you want to watch moves from Netflix to Peacock. The movie you've been waiting for lands on a service you don't have. The sports package requires yet another subscription. This fragmentation is intentional. Every platform wants enough exclusive content that you can't cancel them. They're rebuilding the exact cable bundle they claim to have replaced, except now you pay separately for each piece. According to Deloitte's 2025 Digital Media Trends report, the average American household subscribes to 4.5 streaming services, roughly $60 to $75 a month spent watching screens. The fix takes discipline most people won't exercise. Subscribe to one service at a time, binge everything you want on it, cancel, move to the next one. Rotate through services rather than keeping them all running simultaneously. This costs $12 to $18 a month instead of $75. You still get access to all the content, just sequentially instead of all at once. Streaming in 2026 only makes financial sense if you refuse to play the game they've designed for you. 5. Fast food. Fast food used to be cheap food. That's no longer true. A Big Mac meal at McDonald's costs $12 to $15 in most markets. Chipotle bowls approach $15. Even Taco Bell, historically the cheapest major chain, now charges $10 to $12 for a basic meal. Fast food prices have risen 55% since 2019, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, with menu prices climbing nearly 10% in 2023 alone, and the trend shows no sign of reversing. The value proposition was never health, everyone always knew that. It was convenience at a low price. Take away the low price, and you're left with convenient, unhealthy food at premium prices. For $15, you can put together a meal at home with real nutritional value, whole ingredients, vegetables, protein that didn't come from a freezer bag. The time difference is negligible. Most simple meals take 15 to 20 minutes. The fast food habit costs a regular customer $3,000 to $5,000 a year, money spent actively undermining your health while enriching corporations that have figured out you'll pay whatever they charge. Fast food made sense when a meal cost $4 to $6. At today's prices, it fails every reasonable test of value. 6. Latest generation tech. A new iPhone costs roughly $1,200. It takes slightly sharper photos than the phone you already have. It runs the same apps at roughly the same speed. It delivers essentially the same experience. The gap between smartphone generations has shrunk to almost nothing for the average user. The iPhone 16 versus the iPhone 13 offers almost nothing a typical person would even notice day to day. Same Instagram, same email, same texts. Yet millions of people line up every year to pay $1,200 for improvements they'll barely perceive. Planned obsolescence makes it worse. Manufacturers deliberately slow down older devices through software updates, batteries degrade by design, and repair costs creep close to replacement costs. The entire ecosystem is built to push constant replacement. This isn't just phones. New laptops, tablets, TVs, and gadgets all get huge marketing pushes despite offering minimal improvements over 3-year-old versions. The smarter move is buying tech 1 or 2 generations behind the newest release. A refurbished iPhone 14 costs half what a new iPhone 16 costs, and it does everything you actually need a phone to do. The performance gap is undetectable in normal use. Someone buying a new flagship phone every 2 years spends roughly $600 a year on pure depreciation. Invested over a career, that money compounds into tens of thousands of dollars, all for photos that are maybe 3% sharper. 7. Expensive weddings. The average American wedding now costs approximately $35,000, according to the Knott's 2024 Real Wedding Study. $35,000 for a single day, one party, 6 hours of your life. Research consistently shows money is the #1 cause of divorce. Starting a marriage $35,000 in debt or $35,000 lighter in savings is a strange way to begin a partnership that will inevitably face financial stress. The wedding industry has perfected emotional manipulation. Everything gets more expensive the second the word wedding is attached. A photographer charges double for wedding photos versus family portraits. Flowers triple in price for wedding arrangements. A venue that costs $500 for a corporate event costs $5,000 for a wedding reception. You're not paying for quality, you're paying for the label. Couples who spend $50,000 or more on their wedding are 46% more likely to divorce than couples who spend under $10,000, according to research out of Emory University. Correlation isn't causation, but the pattern is striking. A meaningful ceremony doesn't require financial devastation. Courthouse weddings are legal, backyard receptions create real memories, and the marriage matters more than the party celebrating it. If you can afford a $35,000 wedding straight from savings without touching retirement contributions, your emergency fund, or other financial goals, spend what you want. It's your money, your call. But if that $35,000 is going on credit cards, delaying a house down payment, or wiping out your financial cushion, you're trading long-term security for a short-term spectacle. The photos don't pay dividends. 8. Luxury travel. Airfare has risen 30% to 40% since 2019. A round-trip domestic flight that used to cost $250 now runs $350 to $400. International flights have seen similar jumps. A week-long vacation for 2 flights, hotel, food, activities easily reaches $4,000 to $6,000. A family Disney trip now averages $8,000 to $10,000 for a week, according to travel industry surveys. For someone earning $50,000 a year, that Disney trip eats up 20% of their gross income, closer to 25% of take-home pay, for 1 week. Travel has real value. Experiences build memories, and exposure to new places and cultures enriches life in ways that buying things doesn't. The problem isn't travel itself. It's travel that outpaces what your finances can actually support. The average American can't cover a $1,000 emergency expense, according to Bankrate, yet plenty of those same people take multi-thousand-dollar vacations funded by credit cards. The dopamine of the trip today becomes years of debt payment stress afterward. Budget travel gets you most of the experience for a fraction of the cost. Road trips instead of flights, Airbnbs instead of resort hotels, picnics instead of restaurant dinners, walking tour instead of pricey excursions. The luxury travel industry has raised prices because people keep paying, they found the ceiling, and it's higher than expected. You don't have to participate. Traveling within your means creates real enjoyment. Traveling beyond your means creates a credit card statement that shows up long after the memories fade. 9. Buy now, pay later financing. Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, these services have made financing available for almost anything. A $50 pair of shoes, a $200 kitchen appliance, a $30 skincare product. The pitch sounds reasonable. Split the purchase into 4 payments, no interest if you pay on time, easy and convenient. The reality is messier. These services exist because they're profitable, and they're profitable because people pay late fees, miss payments, and take on debt they wouldn't otherwise have signed up for. Research shows buy now, pay later users spend 10% to 40% more than they would paying up front. The psychological trick is simple. A $200 purchase feels expensive, but 4 payments of $50 feel manageable. Your brain latches onto the smaller number and ignores the total. You end up buying things you wouldn't have bought and honestly couldn't afford. Nearly 40% of buy now, pay later users have missed at least 1 payment, according to a Federal Reserve Bank survey. Late fees pile up. Some services charge interest on remaining balances. The free financing turns into expensive debt. The old wisdom still holds. If you can't pay cash for something, you probably can't afford it. Exceptions exist for houses and sometimes cars, assets with utility that lasts for years. But financing a hoodie, financing a blender, that's debt for consumption, the worst kind there is. Every payment plan is engineered to separate you from money you haven't earned yet. These companies aren't doing you any favors. They're building their entire business model on the gap between what you want and what you can actually afford. 10. Branded products. A bottle of Tide laundry detergent costs $12 to $15. The store brand version, often made in the exact same factory, costs $6 to $8. Cleaning performance is virtually identical. This pattern repeats across categories: cereal, pasta sauce, cleaning supplies, over-the-counter medications. The name brand premium has nothing to do with product quality and everything to do with marketing budgets and brand recognition. Consumer Reports testing consistently finds store brands match or beat name brand quality in most categories. Generic ibuprofen has the exact same active ingredient at the exact same concentration as Advil, for half the price. The premium you pay for branded products funds the advertising campaigns designed to convince you that premium is worth paying. Circular logic that extracts money without delivering any corresponding value. Household spending on consumer packaged goods averages $5,000 to $7,000 a year. Switching from name brands to store brands across the board saves 25% to 40%. That's $1,500 to $2,500 back in your pocket annually for products that perform identically. Designer clothing takes this to the extreme. A plain hoodie from a luxury brand costs $800 to $1,200. The same hoodie without the logo costs $40 to $60. The material quality difference is marginal. You're paying for the privilege of advertising someone else's brand. Status consumption has always existed. What's changed is the scale of the markup and how brazenly brands exploit it. 11. Subscription boxes. The subscription box industry has ballooned from novelty to a $32 billion market. Boxes for makeup, boxes for snacks, boxes for dog toys, boxes for razor blades, boxes for wine, boxes for books, boxes of clothes you didn't even pick. The model exploits a simple psychological trigger: people love surprises. The dopamine hit of opening a mystery package fires the same reward circuits as gambling, and the anticipation often beats the actual contents. The math rarely works in your favor. A typical subscription box costs $25 to $50 a month, and the products inside are worth less than that at retail. That gap is exactly how the companies profit. You're paying premium prices for random items someone else picked out, many of which you don't actually want. Canceling is deliberately made difficult because these services know inertia keeps subscribers paying long after their interest fades. Credit card statements quietly show $35 charges for boxes sitting unopened in a closet. Subscription boxes lean hard on artificial scarcity and urgency, limited editions, exclusive products, FOMO-driven marketing. The psychology is manipulative by design. If you genuinely want specific products, buying them directly costs less. If you enjoy the surprise element, recognize you're paying a premium for entertainment, not for the products themselves. The boxes aren't saving you money, and they're not curating quality items you'd otherwise miss out on. Their businesses extracting recurring revenue through psychological triggers. 12. Premium coffee drinks. A pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks costs $7 to $9 in most markets. A basic brewed coffee starts at $3 to $4. Add any customization, and you're approaching $6 to $7. Coffee made at home costs roughly 25 cents to 50 cents a cup for quality beans. Even pricey specialty beans rarely exceed $1 a cup when brewed at home. The daily Starbucks habit, a modest $6 drink, costs $2,190 a year, or $182.50 a month, for coffee. Someone brewing at home for 50 cents a day spends $182.50 a year total. The difference is over $2,000 a year for the same caffeine. Invested at 8% returns over 30 years, that $2,000 in annual savings becomes roughly $245,000. $250,000 for making coffee at home instead of standing in line. Premium coffee shops aren't really selling coffee. They're selling experience, convenience, and social signaling. Understanding that doesn't automatically make it wrong, but it does clarify what you're actually paying for. If a daily Starbucks run genuinely improves your life enough to justify $2,000 a year, that's your call. But most people haven't actually run the numbers. They haven't consciously decided that coffee shop ambience is worth $245,000 over their working life. The habit formed long before the math ever got done. The pattern behind all 12. The things draining money in 2026 share common traits. They exploit convenience, status, psychology, and inertia. They've climbed in price while dropping in value. They depend on people never running the actual numbers. Running the numbers changes everything. Each category on this list represents thousands of dollars a year. Combine a few of them, and you're looking at $10,000 to $20,000 in spending that delivers barely any lasting satisfaction. That same money, invested consistently, builds wealth that genuinely improves your life. The economy wants you spending on autopilot. Algorithms are built to trigger purchases. Marketing budgets exist purely to manufacture desire. Financing options remove the friction of not having enough money. Your only real defense is awareness, understanding what things actually cost, understanding what they're actually worth, and understanding the gap between those two numbers. None of these 12 categories are inherently evil. Some might genuinely improve your life enough to justify the price. The question was never whether anyone should ever spend money on these things. The question is whether you're making a conscious decision or whether the spending is just happening while you're not paying attention. Your money either works for corporations or it works for you. In 2026, knowing the difference is worth more than it's ever been.